Thank you guys so much for coming. It's really means a lot to me. Can you all hear me? Yeah, okay. Katie Trebing, the beautiful little 7-year-old girl that you see here today, was born with diamond black fan anemia. Her body would never make, sorry, that's my cell phone. Forgot to turn it off. Her body would never make red blood cells, and every month she would need a blood transfusion, giving her someone else's, or she would die. Even with transfusions, there was a more than 40% chance that Katie would die by the time she was 40. So began the story that has become The Match, Save Your Siblings and one family's battle to heal their daughter. Tonight, I'll give you some background on the book, read 3 short passages from the Trebings' quest, and then Steve and Stacy Trebing will answer your questions about what they went through. After Katie's terrifying diagnosis, her parents ached for a cure. There was just one. A bone marrow transplant from a sibling who matched a critical portion of Katie's DNA, but they didn't have one. Doctors had an idea that was mind-blowing to Steve and that felt to the Trebings like science fiction. Create another baby, a third Trebing child who could be that match. There was a 1 in 4 chance that any child they had naturally would be a bone marrow match for Katie. So, to virtually ensure a match, they would have to get the help of fertility doctors and geneticists. They would go through in vitro fertilization so doctors could create multiple embryos. Then, when the embryos were 3 days old and in the laboratory, an embryologist would suck 1 cell off each embryo and send it to a geneticist in Detroit for testing called pre-implantation genetic diagnosis, or PGD for short. Only the matching embryos would be implanted in Stacy. It took 2 cycles, but in May of 2005, Christopher, over here, was born. Raise your hand, Chris. Thanks, Cal. When he was 1, doctors put Christopher under general anesthesia, and they put needles in his hips and took out some of his bone marrow. They transplanted it into Katie. If the Trebing story sounds to you like the novel My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult, it is, in theory. But My Sister's Keeper was fiction. Picoult, who is interviewed in The Match, said she created a worst-case scenario of a teenager who was conceived through PGD and eventually asked to donate a kidney to a sick sister. While a compelling novel, I read it myself and saw the movie, My Sister's Keeper is not reality. The oldest of what are called Save Your Siblings is only 9 years old. This is the real, true story of what happens when a family creates a life to save a life. Several chapters of the book are devoted to the science and history of PGD, including extensive interviews with Dr. Mark Hughes, the pioneer of this technology, and to the ethics of creating a Save Your Sibling. If you don't think that you need to learn about PGD because you don't have a sick child who needs a bone marrow transplant, you're wrong. The book also explains what other things this technology is being used for. When you pull a cell off an embryo, it gives you all sorts of genetic information. Doctors use PGD to test the embryos of people who are carriers of a disease and don't want to pass it on to their children. They use it to help women who repeatedly miscarry, so they can screen the embryo's chromosomes to try to give her the best chance of carrying a baby to term. Dr. David Adamson, the former president of the American Society for Reproductive Medicine, says this technology is going to redefine how we recreate ourselves, that at some point we'll be able to screen an embryo for all sorts of diseases and choose the one most likely to live, say, until 90. He predicts it will become as common as amniocentesis. There's no regulation of PGD in this country, and some people fear abuse. Some people already use PGD to test for gender simply because they have 3 boys, and testing the cell to see what sex the baby would be could guarantee them a girl, or vice versa. And people worry that as geneticists learn more about what controls height, eye color, perhaps even intelligence, parents will begin to test for those kind of traits and select the embryo they would like best for their child. But tonight we're going to focus on the story arc of the book, which is the Trebings story. Katie's bone marrow transplant, incidentally, was perilous. She had to be isolated in a hospital room for more than a month. Her immune system was obliterated so it could accept Christopher's marrow, but that also meant she couldn't fight off germs, and a common cold could have killed her. The chemotherapy made her vomit and made her hair fall out. If you want to see more pictures of the whole journey, you can visit my website, bethwhitehousejournalist.com. But as you can see from the Trebings being here tonight, the story has a happy, happy ending. Many of the people who made Katie's Cure possible are here tonight. I wanted to ask some of them to stand up so that when you're reading the book, you can picture who the people are. Dr. Jim Stelling, where is he? He's the fertility doctor who did the IVF, and he's here with his wife, Angela, who doesn't mind that her husband gets other women pregnant all the time. We have also Michael Peretti in the back. He's one of the embryologists who pull the cells off the embryo and implant them in the mom. Is Wayne here? Wayne was hoping to make it. Anyone see him? No. Okay. If he comes in, let me know. Okay, let's see. Is Dr. McKenna here? Not yet. Okay, some of these people will come. Kathy Dennis is here. She is a nurse practitioner in Dr. Stelling's office and was one of the people who has done ultrasounds for Christopher, when Stacy was pregnant with him. There are also some family members here who you'll read about in the book. Stacy's parents, Pam Olson, and is Calvin here too? No. Okay, Stacy's mom, Pam Olson, is here. You want to stand up? And Stacy's sister, Lisa Holwinski, and her nephew, Brandon. Stand up. We also have Steve's parents, Kathy and Rich Trebing, and his sister, Nancy. I think I got everybody right. Is there anyone else who's in the book who I didn't mention? Okay. Oh, yeah. Not in the acknowledgments, just in the... Tonight is the launch of a book, but it's also a... I'm sorry, Jack McBride is here. Oh, Jack. Where's Jack? This is Jack McBride. He's in the book as well. He's the son... Thank you. He's the son of one of the Trebings friends, and he also had a bone marrow transplant. And also, Dr. Stelling's daughter is mentioned in the book. If she wants to stand up, I didn't mean not to mention her. Tonight is the launch of a book, but it's also a celebration of what for the Trebing family has been a miracle of science. The Trebings did not get paid a penny to participate in this book project. They did it for 3 reasons. 1, they want people to understand the importance of giving blood. After the presentation, while Steve, Stacy, and I are signing books, Katie's older brother, Calvin, over here, will be... and Jack, as his assistant, they've become staunch advocates of giving blood, so they will be passing out literature on how you can give blood if you'd like to. 2, the Trebings would like to see a cure for Diamond Black Fan Anemia. If you want to contribute to that effort, you could visit the Diamond Black Fan Anemia Foundation's website at dbafoundation.org. And 3, they wanted to educate others about the possibility of curing their children through a Save Your Sibling. We've already gotten an email from a woman who is about to embark on the same road who said The Match was the most important book she's ever read. If you want to donate to the PGD effort, because many times it's not covered by insurance, the Claudia Hughes Foundation helps parents pay for the testing, and you can find information about that foundation at genesisgenetics.org. And now I'll read 3 short passages from the book, and then the Trebings will answer all your questions. I'm going to read first from the prelude. May 24th, 2006. Stacy Trebing yanked off the yellow paper hospital gown that covered her shorts and t-shirt, unhooked the surgical mask from behind her ears, and stuffed both items into the garbage pail in the entryway of her daughter's hospital room. She'd been at her 3-year-old daughter's bedside practically every minute of the past 10 days. She needed a breather. The next morning, Stacy's daughter would have a bone marrow transplant, a medical procedure that would either cure her or kill her. Every minute since Katie's birth had been leading to this day. Everything Stacy and her husband Steve had done, every decision they'd made, had propelled them here, including the most controversial of their choices, to create a new human being They had selected as an embryo because he genetically matched a critical portion of his sister's DNA.